When the executives of Two Tone Records gather for a subcommittee meeting, you might be forgiven for failing to notice the similarity between their quiet gatherings and those of the young conservatives. Yet these earnest young Midlands entrepreneurs are the epitome of free enterprise in Margaret Thatcher's brave New Britain. In the past 2 years, they've set up a small firm in a deprived area of high youth unemployment and turned it into a thriving international concern, generating millions of pounds worth of business. Two Tone Records is one of the most successful small record labels of the past 20 years. It's sold about 3 million records worldwide in the 12 months they've been going. Yet so far, it's more of an anarchist commune than a business. It has no managing director, no written partnership. And the man who thought up the whole idea, Jerry Dammers, has taken pains to avoid the image of Young Businessman of the Year, a policy he'd like to continue.
It started because we wanted to release our own record, Gangsters, and we needed a label to put on it. So we designed one. At the moment, Two Tone doesn't exist as any sort of business. It's just 14 people. That's all it is. We're trying to organise some sort of a legal way of putting it, but I don't think there is one. It's just that, it's just people.
Two Tone Records, based in Coventry, is a kind of workers' cooperative of 14 musicians who form two bands, the Selector, playing here to their home crowd, and the Specials. Together they've spawned a revolution in musical taste and sartorial style. Their music is called ska, a fusion of Jamaican blue beat and British punk. And their followers, mostly white, are sharp-suited mods, Neanderthal skinheads, and a curious amalgam of the two called rude boys and rude girls. This is where the ska revolution began, Coventry in the industrial East Midlands. It's a car-making city which has seen better days. The thousands of West Indians who moved here in the 50s and 60s imported their own culture. Bluebeat and reggae were played in clubs and private houses almost every night, often all night long. As in many similar towns, West Indian disc jockeys vied with each other to play the rarest records and add the raciest lyrics to the music, an art known to the aficionados as toasting. One of those disc jockeys was Neville Staples, now one of the lead singers of the Specials.
I kind of talk, make the lyrics up as I go along.
You do that over the records when you're DJing? No?
Yeah, I do it over the record, yeah. I do it on stage as well, on a couple of the numbers.
So you don't see yourself as a singer at all?
But I don't class it as singing, because I class it as something more original to me, because you've got to think of the words straight away, and it's got to rhyme, and it's going to sound all right, you see.
Me have to settle down and need a good friend. So baby, when I tell you about the song, I really swear. Coming down on the musical disc, got to shake your hip and rock your legs. Ah no. Rocking song coming down, musically strong. Baby, when I check, you gotta be wrong. And come down my musical strong sound coming from the same. So don't cost.
Coventry's black subculture might have remained obscure if it hadn't been for one man, Jerry Dammers, a former Church of England choir boy, the son of the Dean of Bristol Cathedral. He was an art student in Coventry who saw that the rhythms of bluebeat could be married with the energy of punk rock. The result was a hypnotic fusion of white and black.
Well, on this track, I'm doing a sort of tribute to Professor Longhair, who was a New Orleans R&B pianist right through the 50s. He died last month, and we happened to just be at his last concert in New Orleans, so that's where Scar came from in the first place. Scar came from Fats Domino's style of piano playing, which was sort of they emphasise the offbeat like that. Then started slowing down, and you got sort of reggae. Disco music.
Many of the young Easter rioters at the Yorkshire seaside town of Scarborough rallied under the two-tone banner. A firm in Hull even produced a version of the label's famous badge to commemorate the Rude Boys' rampage. But singer Neville Staples and the others are worried by the behaviour of some of their fans. Many of the special songs are direct warnings against violence. Neville himself has personal experience of the problems. He was sent to Borstal a few years ago for stealing and fighting.
So one night it got out of hand and a couple of guys got stabbed in hospital and things like that. That's when Trev got sent down, and he'll tell you about that in a bit. And then after that we got done for a bigger fray in town. And I got Borstal. Yeah, that's why I'm doing the Judge Dredd bit, you see, about not getting into trouble because it's not worth it. I'm telling you. No.
The future of Two-Tone Records is uncertain. They may already have had too much success too quickly. Jerry Dammers claims they don't want to make a profit or lose their amateur status as businessmen. But can he and the other members of Two-Tone continue to pretend that they're still small-town Coventry kids when their record sales push them into the superstar league?
Yeah, well, we're going to get an office and probably a secretary, just to because we get so many tapes and so many letters that we want to sort them out because we haven't got time to reply to them all. But as for letting anyone else run it, certainly not. We'll run it ourselves, you know. If we did that, there would be no point to it. Everyone wants you to behave in the way they expect you to behave, but we just do what we want, you know. We're not going to live out other people's fantasies.